Yo! What's up, guys? Jason Ma the Magician here, and welcome back to the 365 Days of Magic Challenge. Day number 44, baby. I don't even know what that was. In this video, I'm going to be showing you my top 5 favorite color changes. If you don't know what a color change is, well, let me show you real quick. A color change is where a magician takes a card and has it change into another one in an instant. It's basically just a really fast switch where I can switch one card for another one, even while it's face up. Now, before we dive into my top 5 favorite color changes, 2 things gotta happen, man. Number 1, smash like if you haven't already, and subscribe, of course, because all that interaction and you guys all riding along with me helps me get one step closer to that sweet, sweet golden play button. And number 2, I have to do today's magic trick, and I can't think of anything more fitting than a magic trick that uses a color changing principle. So check this out. Alright, here we are back with the trick, and for this all you need is a regular packet of playing cards and 1 wild card. My wild card is going to be the Joker, baby. The Joker directly from the center of the pack. It's the best wild card, and if you were here, you could actually say stop wherever you want, and we would put the Joker exactly where you said stop. Now the choices, they don't end there. From here you have to make another choice between the 9 of Hearts and the Queen of Spades. Let's just assume you went with the Queen of Spades for this, and if we took that Queen and we gave it a little rub on the wild card, it would actually change to red. Oh yeah. Now at this point people accuse me of cheating, that maybe this card here is gimmicked in some way. Of course, I'll show you that the trick actually works with your card as well. Let me show you what I mean. Bam. Watch close as your card does a miracle. All of the cards being blue, and of course if I just snap the fingers, every card changes to red in an instant. In fact, they're all red. Every single card is now red. Every last card, except for of course my card, the wild card. But this is a magic trick, so the wild card is now red. Every single card is now red, and now that right there is a bloody good trick. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that trick. It's a really good one in my opinion. I'm a fan. Now coming in at number 5 on my top 5 favorite color changes is one known as, well, it's called a classic color change, but it's also known as the Erdnase color change. Let me show you what it looks like. All right, so you have your deck of cards all ready to go and you want to change this card in an instant. Well, all you've got to do is just cover it with your hand with just a little rub. The card will completely change into the Queen of Clubs. So that color change is actually a pretty great one. It's really good for just basic level card tricks, but also you can add a few extra steps to it to make it seem more magical. Let me show you what I mean. So just imagine for a second we had a card selected at random. In this case it was the, what is that? The 7 of Spades, and that was left sticking out of the center of the pack. And now all you have to do is watch close as it gets pushed to the center of the deck, and then boom, baby, it rises to the, wait a minute, that's not the right card. Hold on, you see the trick here is that this King of Hearts is actually, if I give it a little rub like this, you can see there's nothing in my hand here, but if I just rub that King like this, it'll actually change into the 7 of Spades right there. It's one of those color changes where you can just really visually mess with someone's mind, and it's just so easy to do. It's like such a basic level color change, but with a little TLC, it can really look good. Now, of course, guys, make sure that you comment below what your favorite color change is. It doesn't have to be any of the ones that I'm doing. It could be literally anything. And I might actually end up learning something new. And if you know me, I love learning. Now coming in at number 4 on this list, there's a color change that I don't do often, but I actually find it really fun to practice. And it's called the Bertram change. Let me show you what it's all about. Alright, the Bertram change. You got to do some fancy flippy stuff with the card, and then from here you want to take it, and with just a little wave of the hand, it'll change into the 4 of Clubs. Then you can snap change it, but it's like totally not necessary, you know what I'm saying? The Bertram change, baby! The Bertram change is one of those color changes that's not like, it's definitely not any magician's go-to color change. It's just kind of like a fun one. It's like having a toy that you're just playing with, you know what I'm saying? Of course, if you use the Bertram change as your go-to, I mean, props to you, brother. But for me personally, it's just a little bit too angle sensitive, and not a fan. But for the sake of like magical exercise, it's just a lot of fun to practice. Now, number 3. I'm actually still here, I just wanted to do that effect for some reason. Anyway, number 3 is actually a color change known as the duck change. And the duck change, well, the duck change looks a little something like this. The 2 of Hearts, well, now it's the 5 of Spades. I don't don't know what it is about that move, because from all intensive purposes, it's actually not a good color change, but it's just satisfying. It's like one of those like satisfying things. In fact, I never use it in a performance, but I just enjoy doing it. Like I just am doing it to myself. The color change, that is. I'm doing the color change to myself. I mean, come on. What's not satisfying about having a card change seemingly in mid-air like that? It looks so cool. Although on camera, I don't think it's much of a fooler, but it's like, it's just fun. If you're at all curious as to why they call it the duck change, it's because when you do the move, you hear that sound. It's like a little quack. Quack! Anyway, with all that, that'll bring us down to our number 2 slot, baby. And you might notice this video is moving at a pretty fast pace, and that's because color changes are inherently fast, man. If you had a slow color change, you know how stupid that would look? It just wouldn't work. I mean, you're essentially trying to swap a card faster than the human eyes can perceive, so... But my number 2 slot is a perfect example, and if you've watched my slow motion magic video, then you know exactly why I'm saying it needs to be faster than the human eye can perceive. It's called the clip shift. Alright, the clip shift, check it out. The 8 of diamonds, nothing hidden in my hand, and with just a little shake, the card will instantly change into the 2 of diamonds. Now this move is one of the hardest color changes in the world. From my understanding, very few magicians are actually able to do it. It is just really difficult. Your hand like contorts and does all kinds of weird stuff behind the scenes. Ow. But the main reason that I love this color change is not necessarily for the color change itself. It's because you can also use this color change as a control. Let me show you what I mean. We get a card selected at random, and in this case it's the 9 of diamonds, and that's going to be left somewhere in the center of the pack, and sure enough, I've managed to control it to the top. Tell me that's not cool, man. It's just a great utility move for that reason. I also love that you can get like multiple cards from the same spread. Let me show you what I mean. So let's just say someone said stop right here. In this case, it was the Jack of clubs, baby. And then they could say stop right there as well. And that one, there's the Ace of clubs. Easy enough to remember. And yet both cards are lost in the center, and somehow I still have control of them, baby. That's just so cool, man. Alright friends, we've now arrived at the number 1 color change. Now the reason why this one's the number 1 color change for me is because it's the one that I use hands down the absolute most. I use it all the time. I use it in my shows, my close-up, everything. I use it all the time. I've affectionately called it the Loki change, but it's actually a weird handling from a color change that my teacher taught me years ago. That's right, your boy had a mentor at one stage, man. You didn't think I was a street god for nothing, did ya? That sounds so arrogant, street god. Alright, it goes a little something like this. You get a card at random, in this case the 7 of hearts, and with just a wave of the hand, it changes into the 7 of clubs. Damn it. How about we do it again with a little more contrast? Alright, hopefully a little more contrast on this. The Jack of clubs, and then it changes into the Ace of hearts. What an elegant change, right? It's just so graceful, and it's also angle proof. Well, yeah, it's pretty angle proof. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that top 5 favorite color change. I know that you guys enjoy the top 5, so if you have any suggestions of other top 5s that I could do... How many times am I going to say top 5 right now? But if you have any other suggestions, please let me know in the comments below. Anyway, I'm going to bed.
Call me Bucky, lucky that I'm innocent. If I didn't have no morals, I'd be menacing.